Hey guys, this is Comic and today I'm doing a review for Harley Quinn and Batman, the new animated series coming out from the DC animated line, and this is a Bruce Timm film, so very much in the vein of Batman the animated series. So of course with my movie reviews, I could do a non-spoiler portion and a spoiler portion, so here's my non-spoiler portion first, and then I'll warn you once we get to the spoilers. So, what is this movie about? It's really just a buddy cop film between Batman, Nightwing, and Harley Quinn as they try to go up against Jason and also Poison Ivy. So it's Batman trying to trust Harley Quinn and Harley Quinn trying to prove herself throughout the film of why she should be trusted and team up with Dick Grayson and Batman. And what this movie is really, again, a buddy cop film. It's a comedy. It's these three unlikely people coming together because they have a common cause of trying to defeat their enemy or really their friend. Harley's just trying to talk to her friend the whole time. So I really enjoyed this movie. I walked into it not really expecting much because I didn't like the Killing Joke. I hated the Killing Joke. And you can watch my review why I didn't like it, and many people didn't like it. And I like Gods and Monsters, but it's kind of this whole different vein. It wasn't Batman the Animated Series. So I was kind of on the fence with this, especially because we had some returning cast members and some new members. Melissa Rauch, who plays Bernadette on Big Bang Theory, played Harley Quinn instead of Tara Strong. So I was wondering if that dynamic would work, and it did. I would say maybe the first scene you're like, oh, where's Tara Strong? But really, I think Melissa Rauch hits all the notes. She is a different Harley Quinn. She doesn't sound exactly like Tara Strong, but she has a strong performance. She really lands all the jokes that are needed. There are some jokes that are a little awkward, but only one or two, the farting jokes being one of them, but still it kind of lands in the end where Dick Grayson wants to kick Harley Quinn out and just, leave her in the bathroom. So I thought that was a funny scene, but the actual farting joke did not work for me. But really there was only one or two jokes that didn't land, but there's some really great sequences in this movie, which one I'll talk in the spoiler portion, but also Melissa Rauch gives an emotional performance with Harley Quinn too. Again, I'll talk more about that in the spoiler portion, but she has a nice balance of emotion and comedy in this movie. And it just makes for a really fun dynamic. So Harley Quinn is very much the star, and what I like about this, and you already know through trailers, is that Harley's trying to go on the straight and narrow, and that's a very different view of Harley in this universe, because Batman the Animated Series, that's where she was introduced. It was always her being the henchman for Joker, and she became a star and became this popular character because of Batman the Animated Series. And then we saw her grow through the comics, especially in recent years with the Suicide Squad movie, her being part of that superhero girls lineup. We're really seeing Harley grow more as an anti-hero and less as a villain and just Joker's love interest slash henchman. And now seeing that in the Batman animated universe world really makes this feel like a sequel to the Batman the Animated Series more than just a lost episode, where I think I would have less appreciation of this episode if it was like in the middle of the series and it's just them randomly teaming up. This actually does feel like Harley's growing as a character and feels a bit like a sequel, like I said. So overall, I really had fun with it. It really did everything I wanted. It was fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. It was actually funny. I genuinely laughed out loud in a lot of parts of the movie. So overall, I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. I do think this is the best Bruce Timm film so far in his new lineup. He's had 3 so far, and I really think he hit it out of the ballpark with this one. So if you are a fan of Harley Quinn, if you're a fan of Batman the Animated Series, I think you're going to have a blast with this. Now, going into the spoiler portion of this review, there is a scene that I think is going to throw people off, or you're going to really enjoy it. And the scene is the Dick Grayson and Harley sex scene. Now, I hope people don't compare that to the Barbara Gordon Batman scene, because that was wrong on so many levels. Dick Grayson and Harley kind of makes sense, honestly. Dick Grayson's a sexual character, Harley's a sexual character. It makes sense for both those characters. So I didn't have a problem with that scene, honestly, because again, I think it's in character for both of them. The Barbara and Batman scene is completely different and wrong in so many other different ways, which you can check out my review of Killing Joke if you want to know more about that. I won't go on a sidetrack. So I didn't mind that scene, but I could see other people maybe being upset about it. I physically have not seen people talk about that scene, but I could see people being upset about it. Other things I really liked Poison Ivy and Harley's dynamic in this. I like that Poison Ivy cares for her friendship, and it was Harley really talking down Poison Ivy to defeat her in a way, or really at least switch sides. And I like that Harley tricked Batman and Nightwing, and you think that she's gonna go onto the other side, which you kind of know she isn't, and you wonder if Batman's thinking the same thing. So I like that moment, and showing that she really does kind of want to be a hero. And that emotional moment where the scientist almost dies, you really get to see a different side of Harley. And you see her talk about her mother a couple of times here too, which gives her a bit of an emotional layer and more than just the henchman of the Joker. And one of my favorite scenes, comedy-wise and just in general, my favorite monologue from Harley here is when she explains that, you know, her cat ran away, her hamster died, and she didn't feed her or, you know, water her plants for a month. And then she goes on and says, "I'm afraid I won't water myself if we all become plants. Please take me with you." That definitely was a scene that stuck out for me. And the last ending credit scene was so great, where there's a joke in the movie where Harley's getting some interesting job offers, but she's not really getting a real job, so she pretty much works at a superhero Hooters, and we get to see in the end she ends up becoming a TV psychiatrist, and she's like, "Oh, you know, I'm a real psychiatrist," and she doesn't actually help the person. She just keeps calling them names that they don't want to be called, and pretty much sends them into a wipeout zone. And if they accomplish the wipeout zone, they get free therapy, and that was hysterical. So definitely stay until the last scene, because that was a great scene. So there's so many small moments like that, but even I feel like the animation was so good for this, because you get these small moments with the jokes, like them going into the henchman bar, and Batman like tapping his finger on the table when Harley's singing, was really great. You have these small moments, or when Dick Grayson's doing sign language to say, "Booster Gold, please don't join us," or they're trying to say other heroes not to join them either, like Elongated Man, please, not him, and he gives the reasons why. That was a really good scene. So I will say, warning, this is not exactly your average Batman the Animated Series episode. It's a bit more raunchier, and I can see people maybe not liking it because it's raunchy. But once again, it fits for Harley's character, so I didn't mind it. I think it fit for the tone of the movie. It kind of fit for this weird dynamic between Batman, Dick Grayson, and Harley Quinn. So I liked it. I really enjoyed this movie. I had a blast with it, and I think maybe because I went into the film not expecting very much, but I had a fun time with it. And I think if you like Batman the Animated Series, and especially Harley Quinn, I think you're going to enjoy this one. So I'm going to give this 4.5 stars, like I said. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments below. What did you think about this movie? Also, tomorrow on Comic Frontline at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have a Media Madness for this episode, going even more in depth for the film with Mr. J's Comic Reviews and Jay of Comic Frontline, so be sure to check that out too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.